Hi, I'm Mark from L&M Small Engine. Today we're working on this four-wheeler. We're gonna take it's 150cc. It runs and everything, but we're gonna take the motor out and we'll rebuild the motor, make it like 180cc, put a big bore kit in there. So hopefully you enjoy the video. Okay, I got the chain off already and I got the battery disconnected. This is a Tao, a T-A-O is the brand name of this four-wheeler. Make a long story short, I bought this, is pretty much non-working. I got it real cheap. I can't remember what I paid for it, but I bought it for my youngest son. We put a new body kit on it, new brake caliper, new brake master cylinder, and just got it running, put new back tires on it and stuff, and rode it around for a while. And you know how kids are, they want more power. So I said, well, I'll show you how to rebuild the motor and everything. And so that's what we're gonna do now. Loosen up the exhaust now, but always, make sure the battery's disconnected. We gotta take the carburetor off, it looks like. See, we bought one of them supposedly high performance carburetors on eBay, and we put on there, and it's you get the mixture screws set just right, and you drive around for a while, then it dies out because there's not enough gas or it runs too rich. So we're constantly adjust this carburetor, so we're gonna put a different carburetor on there too. I just took the spark plug wire off. You'll go this side over here. We even put a new wiring harness on this too when we got it. It's a fun little four-wheeler. I should take that air filter off too so I have more room there. But we're going to be doing two videos on this. One video is going to be taking the motor out and putting the motor back in, and the second video is going to be rebuilding the motor, and I'll show you a few tricks on the gearing of it. Some that you might not heard of before, but they really give you low end power. Okay, got the carburetor out of the way. Put a wire on it. On this side here, we can start taking these bolts to hold the motor on. Unhook the exhaust. We gotta take this ground wire off. And I got one bowl for motor related stuff, and I'm gonna have another bowl for motor mount stuff. So should be less confusing that way when we put it back together again. And that's an 8mm for that ground wire. And I'll just put this bolt back in here. I'll just keep it loose to remind me. So let's start taking these motor mount brackets off. The 10 and a 10. That looks like a 12. There we go, it's a 13 on the back of them. Them two are on there tight. You're gonna have to use the air on them, loosen them up. That didn't take much for that. A 14 on that one. Like all different kinds of sizes on this thing. So now we can go to the other side. We better unhook the stator too. Stator and the starter. Starter looks like a Phillips. Now we gotta unplug the stator. The less wires you have to unplug, the better you are. That way you don't get confused on putting it back together again. Alright, we got the stator and the charger all unhooked. The battery's unhooked. Take these three off. We got one down here we gotta take off and pop that back bolt. See, one thing why, unlike the scooters and stuff, you can put a new cylinder head and everything on with the motor still in there, but with this one, see on the valve cover, you only have like 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch. You can't even take the valve cover off on this thing here, so that's why we're pulling the motor out. But these are really simple to work on. I love working on this stuff. I don't know why, but I just do. Now we gotta pull that back bolt out, and we should be able to slide out. I think I'm gonna slide it out on the other side, I believe. Put a board in the front of it. Then just double check everything, make sure sure everything's all unhooked. Okay, I'm gonna put some gloves on now so I don't pinch my fingers. I'm pretty sure coming out the left side is gonna be the easiest, but I can't get it out this way, and we'll take it out the other way. Gotta watch that gear shifter over there. Yeah, best to probably come out. Well, I guess it really don't matter now because I got it moved over. So that gear shifter's out of the way here. Oh, there we go. Okay, the rest of this video is going to be putting the motor in after it's rebuilt. So the next video is going to be on rebuilding this bad boy here. Okay, I got the motor all rebuilt. So now we're going to stick it in the four-wheeler and hook everything up. Just got to watch your wiring so we don't pull nothing out. Alright, I gotta bring the back end up a little bit to bring it up so this will go up into there. Find the bolt here. Once we get that first pivot bolt in there, it's a lot easier after that. This is a lot easier if you have two people doing this, but when you're doing it by yourself, it just takes a little bit longer. The trick is lift it up level. That's so close. There, we're getting it now. Just you gotta have that motor perfectly level. And there we go. I'm gonna put this little spacer bar in there. One bracket's on next. There's one on each side, 3 bolts and 3 nuts on each side. Sockets and wrenches. So the bolts are 10 millimeter and the nuts are I think either 13 or 14 here. We're not going to tighten these up. We're going to put both brackets on both sides. Then we'll put that long bolt in. Then we'll tighten it all up. So let's go to the other side and put that bracket in. Alright, I'm going to go on the other side and lift the motor up and we'll put that bolt through. Then once we get the bolt through, then we go ahead and tighten them brackets up. I'll put the nut on it. Okay, now we can go ahead and tighten them down. We can go ahead and start on this side, I guess. When you get all them bolts tight, then we can start hooking up plug-ins and wires and all that good stuff. Okay, I gotta loosen these bolts back up because there's another bolt that goes in the bottom down here. Right here. There we go. Now we can tighten them up now. Figure I better show you that. When they're just putting these back on, you'll be saying, how come that guy didn't say anything? Okay, now we can go back to the other side. I got the starter wire hooked up already. Okay, now we hook the ground up. Just add to the starter mounting bolt. That's about as best ground as you can get. Alright. Got the starter hooked up. We don't have the battery hooked up yet, but we got to put the exhaust pipe on next. Put the exhaust pipe on, and we're taking this carburetor that was on here. I had this laying on the shelf when we bought this. It wasn't running. Had this on the shelf. It's a 28 millimeter. That's way too big for this. We could just never get it running. I'd run in too rich and everything. So we got a new carburetor we're gonna put on. The exhaust, it's real simple. Just hook this up in here, and there's two 10 millimeter nuts that go on. So I'll do that, and we'll switch out carburetors and be getting pretty close to getting this thing started. Okay, got the old carburetor off. Now we're gonna put the new carburetor on. Here's the new air filter, and this is a 26 millimeter, and that's almost perfect for these 171 cc's. And you even get different size jets. Very nice looking carburetor. And here's your choke, fuel inlet, and it looks like we got some directions in the bottom of the box. This tells you about tuning them up and what size jet and everything you need. But we're gonna try it with the jets that are in there. If it runs too lean, we'll put a bigger jet in there, and if it runs too rich, put a smaller one in there. Pop this top cap off. Spring. So we'll put this rubber boot on. The throttle cable. Put that on. Then our spring. Unless everything falls off. We need to get a needle nose pliers. And if my hands and stuff are annoying, I apologize. But that goes in there. You hold it like that. Just like that. Okay, now we can screw this on. These only go in one way. There's like a guide groove on that side there. Put it on there like that. Now when I make sure I'm gonna go run the throttle cable, we gotta make sure that piston goes all the way up in there. So I'm just going to put this on the other side so I can see. Okay, it's opening up all the way, so Time to put it on the machine now. Okay, I got gas in it now. I got the key on, but the doggone starter button ain't working, so I don't know if this here's bad or the solenoid's bad. But we can just cross it. We'll put the choke on. I'll just cross these two wires. Idle's kind of low. Have to turn the throttle up a little bit. Sounds really nice. That sounds really good. It's too dark out now, but I'm gonna have my youngest son that owns it, so I'm gonna have him take it out in the yard and buzz around and see if he can tell if there's more power than before. So in the meantime, I'll check and see if the solenoid is bad or that push button thing is bad. So and we'll finish it up tomorrow. I still got to put the chain on it yet. Put the chain on. I got to adjust the master cylinder for the rear brakes yet because it slows it down. I just don't stop them. I want to make it safe for them. So we'll continue this tomorrow. All right, I had to put a new solenoid on it because the other one was burned up for some reason. But we got her all done now, so I'll get it off the table. And the purr's really nice. Okay, the next test is when my son gets home from work, he's going to go out and test drive it, see if he likes it or not. So, all right, well, here's the true test. My son, I'm going to test it out, see what it can do. So, see if he likes it or not. It has that 171 cubic inch big bore kit in it. How is it?
It's pretty good now. Has a lot more back end power.
Okay, well that's good. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Appreciate you watching. If you like my videos, please press the like button and please subscribe. Anyway, guys, have a good afternoon.